Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Monday, October 31st, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Washington Wizards vs Philadelphia 76ers. I will be taking the Wizards, +4, at home against Philadelphia, as the 76ers haven't been as impressive to start this season. They are now 3-4, as they have continued to struggle on the defensive end of the court. According to dunksandthrees.com, the 76ers have the 19th highest adjusted defensive rating in the NBA. They are also allowing their opponents to shoot 46.4% from the floor, which is the 14th highest percentage allowed. The Wizards are currently shooting better than anyone in the league, as they have the highest shooting percentage from the floor. They will continue to shoot well and knock down open shots throughout this game. Bradley Beal will be looking to attack, and the Sixers won't be able to slow him down. Washington has also been playing great on the defensive end, as they have the 6th lowest adjusted defensive rating in the league. They will make it difficult for the Sixers' star players, as this will allow them to keep the score within the spread, +4. Philadelphia is only scoring the 25th most points per game, as they haven't been hot on the offensive end of the floor either. They will continue to struggle on both ends of the court on the road, as I see the Wizards giving them a run for their money in this one. Philadelphia has continued to struggle, and they aren't playing well enough on either end of the floor for me to back them in this one. Pick the Washington Wizards and take the points, +4, at home. The 76ers are going to score above their average of 109 in this game while driving the pace. The Washington Wizards, who will be playing catch-up most of the night, have good team play and can move the ball. The Wizards have scored over the century mark in every game, with the exception of the one last night against the Boston Celtics. Look for the Wizard, playing a little better than they did against the Boston Celtics, to score more than 100, pushing this game over the total. Play the over 219.5 here. Charlotte Hornets vs Sacramento Kings. Sacramento has struggled against Charlotte in recent years, winning and covering the spread in just one of the last 7 meetings. The Kings are likely going to struggle again on Monday, especially with this being a road game. Charlotte has been one of the most impressive offensive teams in the NBA thus far, despite not having ball to run the offense. The Hornets have multiple weapons offensively, and their balance has led them to several big wins. Sacramento has been inconsistent, which is why the Kings are sitting at 1-4. I have more faith in Charlotte's ability to pick up a win in this game. Take Charlotte -1. Through the first 5 games of the year, the Hornets are averaging 118 points per game, good for 7th in the league. They are shooting the 3 at a 38% clip and are playing inspired basketball without LaMelo Ball available. Third-year forward PJ Washington has taken the bulk of the offensive load, along with Kelly Oubre Jr., and the Hornets are staying relevant until they get their full complement of players available. Both teams can put up a ton of points, and the Kings are 6th in pace of play entering this matchup. It serves both clubs well to push the tempo, hiding both of their defensive issues by shooting the basketball with 21 seconds remaining on the clock. Sacramento is averaging 113 points per game, but expect that to gradually tick up as the season progresses. Take the over here with confidence. Brooklyn Nets vs Indiana Pacers. Brooklyn is absolutely unbackable right now, as the Nets are going to have to show some signs of life before I am willing to wager on them. They have only covered the spread once in their last 9 games dating back to last season, and they have picked up 1 win in their last 10 games. They are also 1-7 at TS in their last 8 home games, so it's tough to justify a bet on the Nets. Indiana has covered in 9 of its last 10 trips to Brooklyn and is riding a 2-game winning streak. The Pacers were without Turner as he rested on Saturday, which gives me another reason to take them in the second game of this series. Pacers plus 8.5 points. Looking at the adjusted defensive ratings according to dunks and threes, you would see why it is incredibly easy to give up points here, as Indiana is 28th in the NBA, with a 118.6 adjusted defensive rating, while Brooklyn is 29th with a 119.3 adjusted defensive rating. They are also the two worst teams at defending the three-point line this season, as the Pacers allow 43.5% of them to fall, while the Nets are giving up 43.8% of them. With elite scoring options like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Therese Halliburton, and Benedict Mathurin, it is difficult to imagine anything but the over. The over has hit in 5 of their previous 6 games against one another, including on Friday, so go with the over to hit once again here. Toronto Raptors vs Atlanta Hawks. The Toronto Raptors have started the season at 3-3 and continue to develop up-and-coming players since their championship season back in 2019. 2 players from that team, Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet, have both turned into All-Stars. On Friday night, in their second straight game against Philadelphia, the Raptors fell 112-90. While Siakam had 26 points and 10 rebounds, VanVleet went 0 of 11 from the field and scored just 1 point in defeat. The Hawks are a much more prolific scoring team than the Raptors. And while Toronto favors the 3PT shot and is third in 3PT field goal percentage thus far, the Hawks have the 9th best 3PT defense in the NBA. Meanwhile, the Raptors have just the 21st ranked 3PT defense and will have to find a way to slow down Young, who has thrived while sharing the backcourt with Murray. Both teams are extremely protective of the basketball, with the Hawks 4th in the NBA in assist-to-turnover ration, while the Raptors are number 1 in the NBA. In a game that will feature fewer turnovers than your average NBA game, I'm leaning towards the team that can put the ball in the basket at a much higher rate. Take the points and go with the Hawks. The under is 5-2 in the 7 games played on 1 day's rest for Atlanta, while the under is 8-3 in the Raptors' last 11 overall. With both teams playing great defense and the Raptors being one of the worst scoring teams, makes the underplay look really good. The Hawks can score no doubt, and Trae Young is one of the best scorers in the game, but the Raptors allowing the least amount of shots against can really limit Young's production. Toronto is also really bad from the free throw line, so expect the Hawks defense to be extra aggressive and create some turnovers and force bad looks, as they will not be afraid to put the Raptors on the line. Take the under 223.5.